Trade rumors surrounding the New York Giants are heating up, and on today's show, we're going to react to an ESPN article where they had 3 ideas for trades for Big Blue before the deadline. Before we do that, though, thank you to every single person that continues to subscribe to this channel. We have blown past 91.5 thousand subscribers. We are on the road to 100K. Next milestone is 92,000. If you love the Giants and you want multiple free videos every day, hit that sub button right now. You are watching New York Giants Now by Chat Sports, and I am your host, Marshall Green. Let's dive into it. 3 trade ideas from ESPN. Some pretty good ones. One that I think may not happen, so I'll share my thoughts on those. Let's start with idea number 1, the juiciest of them all, a trade with the Giants and the Las Vegas Raiders. This one has the Raiders receiving from the Giants Deonte Banks, the first-round corner, a 2026 fifth-round pick, and the New York Giants would be acquiring from the Raiders Jakobi Meyers, the wide receiver, a guy we have spent a lot of time talking about on this channel. They would also get back a 2026 fourth-round pick and cash considerations. A loaded trade, and I have a lot of thoughts on it, but I wanted to read you what ESPN wrote. They said this: the Raiders would have to eat some of that money to get this deal done. But let's say they pay $3 million as a part of this trade and open up a spot in their lineup for second-round pick wide receiver Jack Besh. In return, they would land the 4th cornerback off the board in the 2023 draft in Deonte Banks, who is still only 24 years old. Banks has the size at 6'2" and frame that Pete Carroll typically loves in his corners, a position where the Raiders are hardly settled. Eric Stokes is a 1-year deal, while what is the name? Caillou Blue Kelly is allowed 122.5 passer rating and coverage per Pro Football Reference. So let's go to the Giants side, as we have understood the Raiders side. I'm not sure Deonte Banks has a future with this football team. Doesn't mean I just want to trade him away for nothing, and this trade is absolutely not trading him away for nothing. We know the New York Giants had Banks in a CB2 battle with Cordell Flott all the way up until last week for the Giants. That was when the plug was pulled on that. He played in 8 snaps in the game against the New Orleans Saints. He was once a kick returner for a couple of games for them. It seems like that has even stopped at this point. It seems like Cordell Flott is just a better fit, and he is just a better player at this point. It's disappointing for Banks. Not only did they draft him in round 1, they also traded up to go and get him. So they used extra draft capital to make that happen. I want Deonte Banks to be a good player. If he is good, that means the Giants are going to be good. I just don't know if that is ever going to happen. He doesn't tackle well. There were talks on why the Giants played him on third down. It's because on third down they ran man coverage. And there were people inside the building that didn't think he was able to play zone coverage. And they wanted to essentially eliminate thinking and just letting him go out there and react. The thing is, he doesn't react to the ball when it's in the air. He never turns around. And he had like 4 penalties built up in just 5 weeks off of limited snaps. He's extremely handsy. He gets caught holding all the time. He bites on double moves. He doesn't make plays on the football. I want to believe that Deonte Banks can still be a player in this league. But everything I have seen outside of a couple of splash plays his rookie year, it paints the picture that he's more so just a draft bust and could use a change of scenery. So the question becomes, are you willing to trade Deonte Banks in a 5th for Jakobi Meyers in a 4th? Meyers is going to be a free agent at the end of the season. We'll spend some more time talking about Jakobi in a second and if I would do this trade, but I want to see your thoughts in the comments section. Not asking you if you would do this trade. I'm asking you who wins this trade. Is it the Giants, type NYG? If you think the Las Vegas Raiders win this trade, type LV. For a couple of different reasons, I really like this trade for the Giants. One, you're getting back a 4th-round pick. I kind of look at it like this. You're trading them a 5th-round pick. You're getting back a 4th-round pick. I would do that every single time. You're also trading Deonte Banks straight up for Jakobi Meyers. And I would do that every single time. And then you pair both those deals together, you walk away with the better player and you walk away with the better draft pick. I talked to my guy Mitchell Renz, host of the Raiders Report here at Chat Sports, and he said, this is a terrible trade for the Raiders. And I said, I agree, because it's a damn good one for the New York Giants. Not only do you get a better draft pick, you solve your wide receiver problem momentarily. Meyers is a really good player. He would bring something to this football team that the Giants don't have. A 6'2", 200-plus pound wide receiver that can separate man-to-man coverage on the outside, can slide into the slot and win and settle in zone coverage, and he has strong hands. Jakobi Meyers does not drop the football. He is 28 years old, though. He will be 29 by the time the season starts next year. He is going to be a free agent at the end of the year. And there was talks prior to the year that he was looking for $30 million per season. That's not happening. He also already requested a trade from the Las Vegas Raiders. So there is that. If that's the deal, I would do it. I still would like to go big game hunting at receiver instead of making this move, whether that is for a Jalen Waddle, maybe a Chris Olave. But if you strike out on Waddle, you strike out on Olave, and you can send a fifth in Deonte Banks to the Raiders for a fourth in Jakobi Meyers, yeah, sign me up for that one. You get a receiver that can help Jaxson Dart this year, a guy that you could re-sign if you want to, and if he leaves in free agency, you could get a comp pick for him while still getting a fourth-round pick via a pick swap in the fifth round. Yeah, sign me up for that one. 2 more trades coming up in this show. But I want to let you guys know this Jaxson Dart jersey, you can get it at this link, chatsports.com/dart. That's chatsports.com/dart. Get your Jaxson Dart jersey today. They are selling fast, and you want to get it before they sell out. ESPN put out another trade idea for Big Blue, and this one I kind of laughed at a little bit. The Indianapolis Colts, they would receive Russell Wilson, and the New York Giants would receive a 2026 seventh-round pick. Clickbait! That's clickbait! That's what you guys told me when I said that the Giants should trade Russell Wilson after week 2. Just to let you know, I feel like a loser saying that. So if you're in the comments typing clickbait right now, I want everyone to type clickbait at this trade. I hope you could just look in the mirror a little bit. Yeah, I would do this. There's no need for Russell Wilson to be on the team. I appreciate everything he did in the summer. I love how good of a human being that he is. But we kind of saw, is it fair to judge him off of 2 snaps where he's cold on the sideline, he's thrown into the game? No. He looked awful in the 2 snaps that he had to come in and play for Jaxson Dart in week 6. And in week 5 against the Saints when he came in, he fumbled the snap as well. So 2 weeks in a row when he's been thrown in there, I guess that was in the Charger game where he actually had to come in. He didn't look good. And to be honest with you, I'm worried about Jaxson Dart taking hits. I am. I want him to find a happy median of how to be aggressive, how to be a playmaker, but taking care of himself. He's probably going to get hurt in another game this year. And he might have to miss a game this year. And in that game, I want the Giants to still win that football game. And I believe Jameis Winston gives the Giants a better chance to win a game running a Jaxson Dart type of offense over Russell Wilson. Jaxson Dart throws the ball over the middle of the field. Russell Wilson does not. Jameis Winston can. Jameis Winston can make every throw on the field. Sometimes he throws it to the other team. Sometimes he throws touchdowns. Look at last year's stats. In 7 games started, 13 touchdowns to 12 interceptions. We know who Jameis is. I'm not saying that he is an elite quarterback anymore. I'm saying I have more confidence that Jameis Winston can win a football game if it's a spot start or he has to come in quarter number 2 over Russell Wilson. I would rather him be the QB2 of this team this year, and I'm hoping he's the QB2 of the team next year. So, yeah, if I could trade Russell Wilson for a 7th-round pick, I would absolutely do it. I think that is a no-brainer for the New York Giants. Trade number 3 and the final one that they wrote and we talk about in today's video. This one was crazy, and not crazy because of the compensation. The fact that 2028 draft picks can be traded. 2030 will be here before we know it, boys and girls. But this one, Evan Neal, he goes from the New York Giants to the Los Angeles Chargers, and the New York Giants get a 6th-round pick while sending a 7th-round pick attached to Evan Neal. It's the famous trade. A player you don't want, and you pair a 7th-round pick with him, and you get back a 6th-round pick. A player and a 7th for a 6th. Kind of similar how I feel about Banks. I don't think Evan Neal is ever going to be a player for the Giants. He's a free agent at the end of the year. You're probably going to lose him, and by lose him, I mean you're not going to re-sign him, and he's going to go somewhere else. So, yeah, I would like to get something back. You're telling me the only thing we can get back is not a pick in this year's draft, not a pick in next year's draft, but a pick in the 2028 draft? That is a long way away. I could spend an hour talking about the Evan Neal experience. I'm bummed out it didn't work. What a fall for him. He's going in a trade for a 2028 6th and 7th round pick swap. I don't want to beat a dead horse, man, but it is brutal how bad the Evan Neal experiment has turned out. So, yeah, I would probably do that trade as well. I'd like to get a pick in 2027 or 2026. But if that's all you can get for a player that was a bust as the number 7 overall pick, still hurts to say. I guess you got to do what you got to do. I think this could be a pretty busy trade deadline for the Giants. We know a wide receiver trade is the talk of the town. Everyone's talking about it. And I think that Deonte Banks could be traded. I think that Evan Neal could be traded. I'm not sure anyone actually wants Russell Wilson, but I do think there could be a couple of trades for the New York Giants by the trade deadline. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel and make sure you are following me on social media. This is the first place you'll hear about any New York Giants news. Then we get in the studio and we get you a video. So hit me up on social media, give me a follow, smack that thumbs up icon on your way out.